my heart. I place this curse from the pain in my heart that doing good become evil. Whosoever, no matter who that person is, that I use, you didn't pay one kobo, you didn't spend 1 naira. It is from offering and tithe that people drop in the altar. What other pastors use in buying private jet, I say, let me use to help you. Now I do you good, you use evil to pay me. You will remain poor forever. You can never achieve anything in life. As long as, whether anywhere you are, you will suffer poverty. No, you can never achieve. You can't even buy one plot of land. If there's other things, other clothes you've bought through the money I use in sending you to Cyprus, you will sell those clothes to feed. You will become so wretched.
All right, so this issue has been in talking space for a while now. Nigerians have been talking about it for a couple of hours, 48 hours most likely. And I thought it's high time we talked about it. So I brought it up. Of course, but would share our opinions for learning purposes. We live to learn. The day you stop to learn, you start to die. So scenarios, circumstances, situations, stories like this would help to also give us some insight so we know how to act and do better when it gets to experience is not always the best teacher. Sometimes you could learn by observation and by studying. So, of course, the background story is that these young guys, now later known as the Happy Boys, were one security guys at a Chicken Republic branch. Why? So they were called dancing, were recorded dancing um, months back now, and then they were sacked. The story was posted, and of course, a pastor, a man of God, Apostle Chibuzor, I think, of OPM in Port Harcourt, decided to give them a leverage and then send them abroad for study because to him, he felt they were quite too young to even be doing that job. They should get certified, at least focus, get results, so to speak. And it was a good one. They were offered scholarship. So they went abroad, later got to find out it was Cyprus. I didn't follow up that much. And then they've been abroad. The story now is that these guys are out on social media sharing that they have been suffering. In fact, they have dropped out of school because the scholarship lasted for about 6 months, as against what was believed. I'm not sure there's anywhere the man of God or the ministry had said they were giving them scholarship all through their study. They just said scholarship. So, form like a bursary. And so currently, they're out of school and they were fighting to get an accommodation in the environment that they are in for a while, and they couldn't. So they may also be out of accommodation and be living in the street. So it's in all. And then they had to do a live video, had to talk to their fans according to them and all that. Then Apostle Chibuzo felt disrespected, felt that the guys were ungrateful, and then laid a curse on them. And that's the curse you just said. They will never make it in life and all that. And I understand from the man of God's point of view, his reputation is being attacked, his personality is being perceived in this country currently as one of the very few that has taken the gospel of love that Jesus Christ preached to the nooks and crannies. He's done it severally. And then it's not about these guys. Go around and check. He's been one man of God that has done his best. Like he said in the audio, using church offerings and tithes that so many other pastors use for private jet and all to do the things that he can do for the people. Quite disheartening, right? I don't know what you guys think, what you think are the lessons. But for me, basically, there are two lessons, and then it will be balanced. For the guys, maybe they should have done more. When you are sent to most likely travel to a location beyond education, I was asking what were the other things that they were doing. They had a chance, they had a fan base on social media. They could have been able to create Facebook content, monetize their page, maybe also get on YouTube. They were enjoying the buzz on Instagram, which of course, yes, they make money on Instagram, but it's not in that the level of YouTube and Facebook, right? There are some other apps, and then they would have grown their social influential state to ensure that they were able to make money online, and that would have sustained them for a while. The dependence on the scholarship, again, the arguments are that the scholarship may have been tilted towards education. They had to look for money to feed in themselves, right, and taking care of other bills. So, but I think they would have done more. So now that the man of God could continue, because according to the man of God, the transcript of the conversation that they had, the Emefiele's dollar regime affected him badly, and so he couldn't afford to continue, right? And then that's okay. That's okay. He's a man of God. He's a human being. He had other responsibilities, several. I know he has a free school. I know he has a free hospital. I know he's building hostels, building homes for homeless. So he's doing so much, right? And all that. So he probably they would have done more. That's my thought. They would have done more. They would have also taken up the opportunity of the stardom that they had, the fame that they have, to have broken into the system, and then do well for themselves. The entitlement spirit was just too much. I understand, and then maybe they also felt like, oh, the man of God have announced that he gave them scholarship, because several of the charts that were published seemed that they were begging and begging and begging and begging and all that, and so maybe they got frustrated. And then to balance it up, Apostle Chibuzor, God bless you, sir, for what you do. Someone that I followed you from afar, I've read a lot. Thanks to those that have brought light to so many of the things you do. I felt this voice note was quite extreme. I'm not going to judge you based on a man of God. For the fact that you have done good and these guys decided to do this in this manner, maybe you would have left it to slide. And then maybe, just maybe, my thought, I'm not in your shoes. I don't know how you feel. I don't know how it came to you. I don't know how it was presented. Maybe would have allowed it to slide and then maybe make an official statement about it, because you have explained to them that it's going to be difficult for you to continue. These courses were too much. You're a man of God. You're a father to these children. At this point, the emotionality was revealing. Your emotions were too much, and then laying courses that they will never make it in life. They'll not be able to buy land and all that. I don't even know what to say, but quite too much. Quite too much. We have to tell us quite too much. And I'm sure that for those of you that are praising and celebrating this, there's enough time to correct this. It should release them, neutralize the causes, and let them be. God Almighty has continually rewarded him for all the things he has done. This time, he would have allowed God to actually handle the situation personally, my thought. Again, I'm not saying that he should be perfect, should pretend it's fine. But now that he has realized that this was way too much, the words he uttered were quite heavy, and the causes were too much, maybe you allow nature to deal with the guys and then repay them for whatever they would have done. If you're close to Apostle Chibuzor, tell him I love him, but I think he should reverse the causes. Then for these guys, if you still decide to remain in Cyprus, begin to use your platform. This is the time. This attention you are getting now can be channeled towards great, great leverage for you. And then you should be smart enough. Consult people. There are several persons in this country and outside that would be able to sit with you and look at ways that you can monetize your platform and begin to earn money. Start up a content creation team. There are several ways that you can use. Several. I'm sure you can also become media influencers for several companies and brands and products, as it were. So take up this advantage. Forget about what is. You have left school, fine. So, but you're abroad. If you decide to come back to Nigeria to do whatever you want to do, it's still fine. But if you decide to stay back in Cyprus, it's still fine. But I want to hear from you. What do you think about the whole situation? I need to hear from you. I'm in the comment. I want to learn. I want us to look at this all together and be able to learn from this scenario and correct ourselves. You think the boys did too much? You think Apostle Chibuzor? A school of thought is saying that the man advertised I was going to give them scholarship, and so should have done it to the fullest. But all that is by the way now. So let me hear what you think and share this video so that one or two persons will learn about it. I also want to hear opinions of your friends, so tag them if you think, and then let's have this conversation. I'm waiting in the comments.
My heart. I place this curse from the pain in my heart that doing good become evil. Whosoever, no matter who that person is, that I use You didn't pay one kobo. You didn't spend 1 naira. It is from offering and tithe that people drop in the altar. What other pastors use in buying private jet, I say, let me use to help you. Now I do you good, you use evil to pay me. You will remain poor forever. You can never achieve anything in life. As long as, whether anywhere you are, you will suffer poverty. No, you can never achieve. You can't even buy one plot of land. If there's other things, other clothes you've bought through the money I use in sending you to Cyprus,